welcome to Sports Talk. I'm Frank Noppenberger, your host, and today we have a very special show. We have three outstanding athletes from East Brunswick. First of all, we have Carl Thomore. Carl is an outstanding basketball, baseball player for us. We got Julian Quintin. You read about him just recently in the newspaper as a outstanding track athlete, and certainly he's got some good news about football, plays football for us. And Cassie Riccio is an outstanding basketball and soccer player for us. Before we get started, last night, Carl, we had the banquet, the athletic banquet, 520 people there. You were there. What did you think?
Oh, it was good. We had a good showing of people. A lot of my friends won awards, so I was happy. Nice night out with the family, and the chicken was really good.
Good. The chicken, that's important.
It was.
I'd like to just mention three outstanding classmates. Josh Rosario. Josh, a couple of them didn't get their due recognition maybe. Josh, 11 seasons and 10 letters with us. He was involved in cross country and the tracks. How about Matt Kohler? As you know, he's a great student. 12 seasons, 12 letters, one of the first time ever. And certainly Kevin Lance, who you guys know, you both played football or basketball with. He had 7 letters and 11 seasons. So congratulations to those two guys. I just want to make sure we recognize them, and I thank them. First of all, the question, I'm always intrigued by numbers. I'm going to ask you, is there any significance to your number? And you'll tell me. All right? Who wants to start off? Cassie? Go ahead.
Well, this isn't actually my number. My number is 37. And, well, my cousin, Allie, as you know, was number 37, and she made me want to play soccer, so I took her number.
Good. There was no other 37s in your family?
Well, my uncle, her dad, was number 37, and my dad was 38 for football.
Oh, he was 38.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's some. Young man, what do you think?
I picked my number initially because I wanted to be a running back starting football, and Jamal Lewis was my favorite running back at the time. He wore number 31. But then as I got farther, more mature, I realized that my calling was defense, that I like making plays on defense. So now I'm just wearing number 31.
So that's a good number. That's a good D-back number. 18, Carl.
I don't really like 18. It just fit at the time.
So
but I'm 13 usually.
Yeah.
And I wear that because it's lucky to like Italian tradition. And
13 is.
yeah, because it's unlucky to everybody else. So
Right.
Italians find it lucky. I don't know. It's
That's
Italian
good.
thing.
I like
and,
that.
A-Rod's 13, so
Yeah.
he's my favorite player. So
Would
I
you
look up to him.
consider him your role model?
No, I like him as a baseball player, not a man. I think he makes bad decisions off the field, but Derek Jeter's my role model on and off the field.
Well, speaking of Derek, you know what he says about role models? Derek says that you should have plenty of role models and take something from everybody. So what you're doing is correct, in my opinion. You admire A-Rod as a baseball player because of his work ethic and stuff. But that's good. Cass, role models?
Well, I have no star role models, really.
That's all right.
But, like, seeing my family and my friends, like, my family and people I know, like, grow up with sports and, like, the passion they had for it made me want to play sports.
Yeah, passion is important. You can't do anything without enthusiasm. You've heard me say that. And you, Julian?
My role model is my parents. They were both athletes too, so I kind of get my athletic prowess from them. My mom played on the national netball team for her hometown Guyana, and my dad played soccer for most of his life and ran. So I guess that's where I get running from too.
Oh, good. And Dad was from where?
Guyana as well,
Okay.
South America.
Because these two guys are EB grads. Your dad was a track athlete, and we already talked about your dad. And Mom ran track, too.
Yeah.
Next year, 2010, 2011, you're going to be called on, in my opinion, to be leaders. What goals do you have? We're going to start with you, Julian. Do you have individually and as a team for next year?
Well, for sports like football, I don't like to talk individual goals because it's a team sport, and we're looking to repeat. And for wrestling, my goal is the state finals. I was stopped short earlier than I thought I should have last year on a mistake. And for track, another repeat.
Right. Well, good. Well, you're one of those rare athletes, track, wrestling, football. But track and wrestling is a team sport. Explain to the audience why track and the points you gather in track or in wrestling you're about. Why? How is that a team
All right.
sport?
Well, track is different. Well, take football. Football, if you mess up, there's 10 other people on the field with you to help make up for your mistake. That's why I love the sport so much, because it's about bonds and it's about teamwork.
Right.
But for sports like wrestling and track, for that time period you're running the event, you're on an island, you're by yourself, and you win for the team. You don't win with the team. So when I'm doing track and wrestling, I think to myself, all right, I need to do this because I need to do it for my team to win. For football, it's we need to do this constantly.
But the points still add up. Because I think you won a match for us by winning the last match of the year or something in wrestling this year.
Yeah.
Good. The summer, we're going to ask you about your plans for the summer. But Carl, I know you got a very busy summer. And it's no secret you're a pro prospect. You're going to be offered a lot of colleges will be offering you. So what exactly are you doing this summer to prepare for your athletic season?
Well, my summer begins right after baseball season for school ends. This weekend I'm going away for tournaments, and pretty much every weekend for the rest of the summer I have tournaments or pro showcase or college showcase and whatnot. So I'm looking forward to I strive for better competition, and the competition in high school is not as good as the competition I see in the summer, so it's a fun time.
And it's the exposure, is that what it's about? As much exposure as you can get out there in the competition?
Yeah, definitely. Get more
Right.
exposure in the better tournaments you go to.
You know, it was funny, and I don't want to embarrass you, but I left school the other day about 4:30, and I looked out there in the fields, and it was like 90 degrees, and you're out there running the bases, and somebody's clocking you. Is that part of your work ethic every day?
Yeah, every day. You got to do what you can to reach your dreams, so that's what my dad always prized to me, so
Good.
just trying to do it.
Good. I'll tell you what Josh Miller says something later about athletes. Cass, it was funny, I saw you the other day. It was 6:37, and you were coming back from soccer practice.
Yeah.
So what do you do
Actually,
for
today
some-
I have soccer scrimmage
Right.
right after this.
So how do you prepare for the soccer season?
Well, for soccer, every summer is like preparation time. It's 3 times a week workouts, and at the end of the summer, there's 2 camps. One's at Rutgers and one's led by Julian Quintin. And it's like week-long camps when we play against other towns and other teams. We see good competition.
Right. That's what Coach Brady said often, is that we did well at the team camp
Yeah.
last year. He thought we were going to do
And
well.
we, I think we won.
Right.
Like
You did.
there's like the championship of the camp.
You know what Josh Miller, who was a punter for East Brunswick, told me years ago, was in the phys ed office. He said every day he does something to maintain his level of excellence as a punter in the NFL. He says because there's only, 32 teams in the NFL, 34? He says in the whole world there's only 32 people that can do what he does. And the difference between 32 and 33 is this. He says, so every day he does something, and you've probably heard me talk about that at the banquets and things. Got to do something every day to improve yourself as a person, player, and athlete. All right, my next question. You're all expected to be leaders next year. And just tell me, what can your teammates expect of you? Okay, how are you going to be that role model? How are you going to be that leader?
I'll be the first person to pat you on the back if you do something good, but I'll also be the first person to get in your face if you screwing around or not doing the right thing, because I'm here to win, and it's business when you get on the field,
Right.
Well, they can expect me to be a more vocal leader in the locker room because, as you know, we had.
And you're a quiet guy, right? I think you are. Oh, he's not? All right, Charlie, tell us. Sorry,
Well,
Julian, I always thought you were quiet.
Well, we had stars like Morrow, Timmy, and who got in our face, who got our faces in the locker room. But now we're going to be the older generation. We always had those guys to look up to and look for support. But now all of the leaders of the team, the 2 captains, Joey and Jared, we have to get in guys' heads. We have to get on their case if they're not working hard enough, and we're gonna have to fill that role.
Right. Now, Cass, you've been on varsity since your freshman year, and you've seen a lot of teams. You don't lose often.
No.
You've won 3 division titles. You've won 3 conference titles. what is going to be your role as a leader?
Well, for me as a leader, I don't think it's as important for like the motivational speeches. It's the way you lead as an example when you play, like the intensity and the heart. I think gets the team more pumped up
Right.
and makes like the team more motivated to win.
So you would see yourself more as an example than a.
I mean, obviously, I'll be saying the speeches too, but I think that's more important too, on and off the field.
You see, I see you as like that Energizer rabbit. You don't
Yeah.
stop. You don't stop. You just keep going and going and going. And that's how we beat Piscataway last year. I thought you were the MVP of that game during the championship. Okay, I've often wondered about athletes in high school. They give up a sport. And, well, I don't get to work. I don't get to do this. I don't get to do this. So my question to you guys is, do you think you're missing out on anything of being a two-sport or a three-sport athlete? Although you're a two-sport athlete and you are too, it's still all year round.
Yeah.
It's still all year round. Do you think you're missing out on any of the high school experiences?
Well, the high school experience is being with your friends and being with your classmates. That's exactly what you're doing every single day after school for practice. It's actually funny because today I went home on the bus for like maybe the first time this year.
People said, "Who's that?"
And they didn't even know I was on the bus because I'm after school every single day. Even if practice is canceled, to get better, to win 2 championships in 1 year, you have to continuously practice even when it's not expected of you.
Right.
So you're not missing the high school experience by
I
being
think-
after
Now, you've
school.
got 2 sports that every basketball coach and every soccer coach is. We got it all year round. You got to
Yeah.
go.
But I personally think that I'm making my high school experience more by playing sports. Like, I don't think I'm missing out because, I mean, I'm with these people all the time. These are my best friends, and it's almost like a second family to me. I like being with them.
Carl.
Yeah, like Julian and Cassie said, like this is my high school experience. Like I want to look back and be like, oh, I did everything I had to do in high school to reach where I want to be in 5 years or 10 years. And I mean, I miss them like going out with friends sometimes, but I'm with my friends mostly all the time on the field.
Well, I've always, and I was telling your dad today, I always admire your maturity when you're around adults, you know, and it seems that all 3 of you are your own individual person. I don't think you succumb to peer pressure and what everyone else is doing. And that's why you're here, and that's why you're successful.
And in
Go
the
ahead.
high school and sports, about not working, it kind of pays for itself when your parents don't have to pay for college anymore.
Well-
because of athletic scholarships.
Well, it's hard to get one, but I know you want to share the good news you received the other day.
Yeah, yesterday,
Was that yesterday?
or was it 2 days ago?
That was 2 days.
2 days ago, I got a call from Stony Brook saying that they were offering me a full scholarship.
Tell us how that works. Who calls you? The secretary, the athletic director?
The head coach
Yeah.
got on the phone with me and said, hey, we think you can play ball here. We want you to play. They're D1 AA school. They're in the FCS. They're in the same conference as Villanova. So I'm really excited about that.
Hey, but silly question, but like, did he call you on your cell phone? Did he text you? What did he call you?
Well, I had to call him because of the NCAA's restrictions. You don't want to break any of that and lose the scholarship, you know.
Right.
So he got in contact with my coach. He gave the coach the number, and then I called, and it was a complete surprise. I had no warning.
And do you think the track helped that?
Oh, definitely, because people see on tape, but they don't know if you have legit fields. They know you have field speed. They don't know if you have any legit top speed. And me running the 100 and 200 and getting
Medals.
real good times on that helps a lot.
Yeah,
It shows that you're an all-around athlete.
And basketball, baseball, they help one another?
Yeah, like I stay in shape for basketball when I'm playing basketball, but like basketball shape and baseball shape are really 2 different things. But I just like do it for the mental aspect of the game. Like it's like 2 totally different aspects of it. That's why I like it a lot.
Right. Well, you can sky, so it helps too with your jumping. Cass?
Well, yeah, like what Carl said, they're 2 different conditionings, but I like to keep active, and I like the way, like, I like to keep busy, and it keeps me motivated for, like, I see that.
Well, both those sports, you're active the whole time.
Yeah.
Whereas wrestling, you could be sitting there for an hour and a half before you wrestle. Okay, track, you're sitting around, you're waiting.
It's actually funny
You
because
got to keep playing, right?
because in football, and I'm surprised. In 4 minutes in a wrestling match, I'm more tired than I've ever been in my life. And I've played 2-hour football games. I played 2-hour football on the field for 2 hours, and I'm huffing and puffing and not being able to get enough oxygen during 4 minutes of wrestling, and not knowing how I'm getting through the next 2 minutes.
Right.
Versus track, you're waiting there for sometimes hours for a 10-second race.
Right. That's you.
For 10
Well,
seconds.
run the 2 mile then, then it'll be longer. Now, Carl, you go from basketball, and when you're on the court, you're 100%, and you don't stop. You're so active. Now you go to baseball, you're sitting in the outfield, and you're waiting, and it could be a day that you don't get a ball.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that?
Like baseball, I just let it come to me. Basketball is more of like it's out of like my range of like I'm not a basketball player, I'm a baseball player. But so basketball, I just do everything I can, do everything the coaches tell me. Baseball comes to me more, so like I know how to handle things better.
Right.
But you're right. I could be sitting in the outfield for the whole game and not get a fly ball.
So I figured that's why you're always sprinting in and out, is because you must be bored out there or something.
Yeah, you got to get fresh blood to your muscles.
That's true. Okay, 2011, which is next fall. Any idea of colleges? Well, let's go with you. I mean, have you committed? You said yes, no. What are you doing?
I'm actually keeping my options open because I'm going to this Sunday I'm going to UDEL, up at UDEL. They seem to really like my tape, so I'm going over there. Then the next week is Towson, and I'm gonna be going through a whole camp tour. Hopefully, come away with at least 4 offers, and then I get to put all my cards on the table at the end of my senior year.
What do you think you'd like to major in? I know you're only a kid. You're only a junior. Any idea?
It's actually fun because I'd like to major in paleontology since I was a kid. Since I was a kid, I was really into dinosaurs and into anthropology and like past
You're
civilizations.
gonna like study monkey bones and things?
Well, basically like past civilizations.
That's good.
I always
I'm
thought it was
impressed.
interesting.
Anything yet?
The medical field for sure.
Really?
Yes.
Great.
Yes. I'm really interested in that stuff. That's why I'm undecided about playing in school
Right.
because I feel like it would be hard to juggle both those.
And that's what O'Sullivan did.
Yeah.
He decided. Carl, I know you're going to have a tough decision. In my opinion, you're going to have to scholarship pro. What are you thinking?
Me and my dad talk about it all the time, and I think I would, if I had the chance to go pro, I'd definitely go pro out of high school. It's been I think that's why everyone plays the game. Everyone has the dream of, playing in a major league stadium. So if I could do it out of high school, why not take the chance?
Okay, good. It was a few years ago, we had the kid from Seton Hall. I drew a blank on his name. He sat right here. Catcher, what's his name?
Chris Affinito.
Cafanito, he sat right here, and he's playing some pro ball at lower levels now, but he sat right where you were a few years ago. Leadership. As the athletic director, I'm always promoting sportsmanship. You know that, and you guys are probably hearing from me about that. But I'm also talking about leaders and leadership. I think this country needs more leaders, better leaders. What makes a good leader? What do you think, in your opinion, makes a good leader? And tell me about it. Anyone want to go first?
I'll go first.
Go ahead, Cass. I like that.
Cass,
Jump in front there.
Ladies first.
Well, for me, it's putting the team first as your main priority. It's not individual, like Julian said. It's what's good for the team. No selfishness, and it's whatever it takes to win.
Right. You don't mean win at all costs.
What?
You don't mean win at all costs.
Yeah.
Because we got to play
well,
within
we have
the
to
rules.
maintain that status.
Right. Good.
Yes.
I like that.
I think a good leader is somebody that your teammates around you know will do anything for them. They know that I'll break my back. I will play my hardest just for them. Not that they're thinking about themselves. I'm not being selfish. Somebody who lay it all on the line just to help the better cause.
Right. Now, I'm sure they've looked up to you this year because I've seen your work ethic. But what do your kid players? But what do you think makes a good leader?
Somebody that your teammates don't need to be scared of to listen to. They follow what you do because they know they're the best at what you do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want kids to look up to me and be like, oh, I want to do what he does so that I could better myself. Not just, oh, I'm going to get in his face and I'm scared of him, so I'm going to listen to him. I want my teammates to know that I'm there for them as a friend. But like I said, when it comes to like winning and stuff, it's all business, and I want to win.
Well, I think what we need is kids to see, the younger kids see you guys. If they see you guys working and working and working, then they say, wow, I want to be like that. But if they see you being clowns, they're going to think, well, that's the way to be a leader, and then you get to be on this TV show. Okay, but that's not what we want. Here's a tough question. I got this from Coach McAvoy. He and I were discussing it. I want to know what values you've learned from your coaches. Now, that's values. It's a toughie because a lot of you all three admire your parents, rightfully so. But from your coaches, what values have you learned? Because you all got different type coaches. You got some guys that are pretty much take control, some layback guys, and you know, a male, a female, different coach. So values. Go ahead. Anyone?
I feel from Coach Henning, like he's like a father figure to me. Like I look up to him. I respect him like the most out of all my coaches, even baseball through all my years. But I feel like he told me that to never waste my talent. Like God gave me a gift, and if I wasted it, it'd be like the biggest sin I could possibly do.
That's from a line from a TV show, right? One of those kids shows, Major League or something, the greatest.
Oh no.
Yeah, look it up, you'll see.
I'll check
Go
it
ahead.
out.
Yeah, it's a baseball show. Go ahead, Carl, keep going, I'm sorry.
And baseball would just be no excuses. Don't make excuses for what you do. Just be accountable for all your actions. I feel like kids make excuses. They're all the same. They're all just bad. They don't make sense.
Isn't Mr. Henning one of those guys that he can yell at you and then you won't feel so bad afterwards?
Yeah, because he's like a nice guy to you after he does it, so he makes you feel bad, like, oh, you want to be mad at him, but he's nice to me, so I can't be mad at him.
That's his personality.
Coach Borden.
Yeah.
I learned from Borden not to pull any punches because you get there faster in a straight line than dancing around.
Yeah.
So if you want a goal, you got to go out and get it. If somebody's messing up, you got to straight up tell them, and don't make it nice, because then they might think, all right, so let me keep doing this. I'm not getting in that much trouble. But you mess up once, you don't want to mess up again.
Right. Does he bark, you think? Does he bark a lot, Coach Borden?
He's got some vocals.
From Coach Katie and Coach Rich, I learned that preparation is the key to everything, that the practices before the game are more important than the game itself. And from Coach Brady, I learned that it's like the determination you have. He always says that we're out there running miles while Old Bridge is eating ice cream.
Right.
Yeah.
That's good. No, I like that. Couple quick questions. We're running out of time. Your fondest memory, as of to date, of your high school career, and this one always intrigued me because when we discuss things years later out of high school, everything gets exaggerated. So we're going to save this tape, and you can't lie. Fondest memory so far. I missed your homer, by the way, the grand slam.
Of high school?
I turned my head. Well, yeah, high school or whatever.
Well, I'm going to do it my life then, because I don't really have a standout high school one.
It's all right.
All right, so my fondest sport memory would have to be my first home run, which was a grand slam, and out on plate was my mom. She was standing there waiting for me. She gave me a big hug. I'll never forget.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Julie?
You know it has to be the state championship. watching the last 10 seconds tick off the clock, just waiting to run on the field.
Wasn't that great?
Waiting to run on the field. It's undescribable.
Yeah. And then all the snow, great atmosphere.
Well, I hope next year I'll have that feeling about the state championship. But probably my fondest was freshman year GMC finals when I got to play in it. It just gave me an introduction of what the following years would be. And it was just meaningful that I got to play in it and see what it was like.
Right. Now, I was going to ask you, where do you see yourself in 10 years? But I think you're going to be doing research or in the NFL. You're going to be a doctor, Carl, possibly in the Major League Baseball or something related to it. Okay. Before we close up here, I need to know, real quick to the kids out there, advice: specialize in the sport or play all sports? I'm an 8th grader now. we got to be quick here.
Oh, it's got to be all sports.
Yeah, definitely.
You got to play every sport, because the thing that makes it so special, winning at football, winning at track, winning at wrestling, is that you appreciate each individual sport for what it gives you. Football, teamwork; wrestling, heart; track, just straight up determination.
Right.
Definitely. I feel like if you do all the sports, you can pick which one you want maybe later in life. But it's good.
When would you do that, Carl?
Well, like in high school, I'd stick with 2 sports. Like I feel like that's a good number. But prior to that, like you could play as many as 5 if you
Right.
could fit the time. Like I feel like the mental part of it is just real good for you.
And I think the same. High school, I think you can play any. Well, 2, 3 would probably be max, but well, it is max. But any sports that keeps you happy, switching it up is good. And it's not all about specializing unless you want to go into college with that. You can set more time for one sport, but you should still have that other sport there as fun and for yourself.
Well, that's good. Good answer. I like that. Well, we're just about out of time. What I want to do is I want to thank you guys personally for sacrificing another afternoon, still related to athletics. I wish you the best. Before you know it, it's going to be September, and I'll be doing a show here, and hopefully we'll be talking about state championships, about you guys.
Definitely.
Like, again,
For sure.
you're great people, you're great role models, and it's just a pleasure having you here. So that's it for me. I'm Frank Noppenberger, and thank you.